Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy SICKFLOWZ, aka the MusicTutorialKing, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial on mastering using the Dynamics compressor, and we're going to be using Izotope Ozone 5. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I have the song ready here. Now I'm going to go up to Devices and Mixer, and I'm going to go ahead and click this E, which is the Edit Output Channel Settings on the stereo out, and that's going to bring the inserts. Now I'm going to go ahead and insert Izotope Ozone 5. And here again, it's just a bunch of presets. I'm just going to go ahead and click close. This tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to use the dynamics of Izotope Ozone 5 to go ahead and master your song. So okay, we're going to go ahead and click bypass like I just did there. Now one good thing about that I like about Izotope Ozone 5, or just Izotope Ozone in general, is that here you have your different bands. And you can actually move this up and down as you're mixing. Or mastering, I mean, to go ahead and get the frequency. Now, for the compressor, when it comes to mastering, you don't want to go above, maybe I want to say 2. So it's anywhere from 1.5 to 2 or 1 to 2. What I like doing is for the low end, I like using the 1.5. Now, your low end, you want it to be more boomier. So what you're going to do is give it a medium to slow attack, and a lot of people think that giving it a fast attack gives it more boom, but it actually doesn't. It's the opposite. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and use an attack of 275, and I'm going to give it a medium release of 250. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and play it.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling.
Oh, and one thing about it too is you can actually solo this band, so I'm going to go ahead and solo it so we can hear how it sounds. And you can go ahead and do the crossover view. I like to bring it to the mid 200s, so anywhere like 250. So I'm going to go ahead and play it again. Alright, I'm going to leave it at 255 right now. Now, as you see here, you can actually go ahead and look at the graph of how the compression is working. And right here we have our dB. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a few dB and go ahead and play it and keep moving it down until I get anywhere from 1.5 to 3 dB. Alright, so that's looking pretty good right now. The highest it went up to is 3. Now, you could use the auto gain right here, but I like to go ahead and manually put it in. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can actually just go ahead and give it the exact amount. So let's say it's averaging like 2.5. You can go ahead and put an auto gain of 2.5. But I'm just going to go, I like to give it a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 2.8. And I'm going to go ahead and play it again. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is unsolo the track and bypass it so you can hear how it sounds without the effect and then with it.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling. About to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government.
Alright, now let's go ahead and unbypass it.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling. About to lose, so I'm shouting fuck the government, cause all they do is the rich get richer and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make it, cause if I don't make it, I don't know.
So if you see, it gives him more of a bass. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is basically the same for every single one of these tracks right here. So right here we have the 255s to 2K, then we have 2K to 10K and 10K all the way up. Now for the 255 to 2K, I like going with a ratio of 2. And the attack, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 250 attack and around 200 to 210 release. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and solo that and mess around with the threshold and go ahead and adjust to my taste.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling. About to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government. Cause all they do is trying to help the rich get richer, and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make it. Cause if I don't make it, I don't know how long I'll make it through life. So I need advice, looking up to the Lord, asking him to point me in the right direction. Cause I can't take it no more.
Okay, now I've seen that the average was 1.8, 1.9, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a gain of 2.1 and see how that sounds.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling. About to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government. Cause all they do is trying to help the rich get richer, and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, so I'm trying to make it. Cause if I make it, I don't know how long I'll make it through life. So
Okay, and I'm actually going to go ahead and solo that again and see if I can go ahead and move the frequencies.
To see my mother struggling, about to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government. Cause all they do is trying to help the rich get richer, and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make it. Cause if I don't make it, I don't know how long I'll make it through life. So I need advice, looking up to the Lord, asking him to point me in the right direction. Cause I can't take it no.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next track, and I'm going to go ahead and solo before I do anything else. Now for this one, I don't want to compress it that much, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a ratio of 1.5. The attack, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 260, and around 235 to 250 release. So for this one, I'll go ahead and go to 245. Wait a second, there we go, 245. And I'm going to go ahead and play it, and again, move my threshold and everything here. And I'm going to unsolo the track and go ahead and play it.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling. About to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government. Cause all they do is trying to help the rich get richer. Poor people always seem to die. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make.
Now for the last band, I don't really like doing much to it, because I will admit I'm not that good of an expert when it comes to this. And the last band, I always mess up a little bit, so I will show you though how to use it. Again, it's just a simple thing. It's basically giving a ratio from 1.5 to 2.5, mess around with the ratio and the attack and release and the threshold until you get it right. But the high bands, I don't really like messing with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a ratio of 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it an attack of 210 and a release of 175, and I'm just gonna go ahead and solo that and play it. Gonna play it again because I'm trying to get that 1.5 to 3. Gonna go ahead and give it negative 12.7. Let's see how it goes. Let's go ahead and give it a negative 13. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bring the threshold down a little bit. Let's see. That's too much. And give it a gain of 2.2. Now I'm going to unsolo that and I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Struggling, about to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government, cause all they do is trying to help the rich get.
Alright, and I actually did pretty well there, and that's basically on how to use the dynamics on Izotope Ozone 5 to go ahead and master your mixes. Now, one thing that I'm going to go ahead and show you is that if you're not comfortable doing this and don't want to take the time, again, they do have presets that you can just select right here, and they are pretty good presets. You are going to need to tweak them anyway, so I just suggest you learn the dynamics processing. But I'm going to go ahead and bypass, play the song, and unbypass it. And by the way, this is me. It was just a quick freestyle. I mixed it in like 10-15 minutes just for this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass the whole thing, and I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to unbypass it and play it again so you guys can see the difference.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling, about to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government, cause all they do is try to help the rich get richer, and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make it, cause if I don't make it, I don't know how long I'll make it through life. So I need advice, looking up to the Lord, asking him to point me in the right direction, cause I can't take it no more.
Okay, now I'm going to unbypass it and play it again so you guys can see the difference.
It's hard to come home to see my mother struggling, about to lose the house, so I'm shouting fuck the government, cause all they do is try to help the rich get richer, and the poor people always seem to die quicker. It ain't right, that's why I'm trying to make it, cause if I don't make it, I don't know how long I'll make it through life. So I need advice, looking up to the Lord, asking him to point me in the right direction, cause I can't take it no more.
Alright guys, well, if this tutorial has helped you guys out, and if you have liked this tutorial, make sure you go ahead and click the like button. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm bringing 3 tutorials every week, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And make sure you go ahead and comment down below if you want to see any specific thing on any specific software. I will do tutorials on whatever you guys want. And tune in, because on Wednesday I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the EQ for mastering your hip-hop songs or any type of songs. And I think on Friday I'll go ahead and do the harmonic exciter and the stereo imaging. So go ahead and like this button again, guys. I mean this video, not this button. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.